Hello everyone and welcome to Great Tech Today. I bring you great tech reviews faster. My goal is to bring you tech reviews of quality components in 10 minutes or less. So today I'm bringing you a video and a review of 4 SSD drives. The ADATA SX6000 NVMe M.2 drive, the PNY CS900 SATA3 2.5 inch drive, the Samsung 860 EVO SATA 3 2.5 inch drive, and the Western Digital WD Blue SATA 3 2.5 inch drive. These SSDs were benchmarked using the AS Benchmark tool, which can be found over at TechSpot or in a simple Google search. A very small file, very small download, but a program that tells you everything you really need to know about your SSD drives and how they perform. So without further delay, let's get into the results here. First up, the ADATA SX6000 NVMe M.2 drive. I purchased this a few months ago on Amazon, or not Amazon, but Newegg for $79.99, and it currently can be had on Amazon for $52.99, and it is a 256 gigabyte hard drive, or NVMe drive, excuse me. On AS Benchmark tool, the sequential read speed was measured at 86.8 megabytes per second. The sequential write speed was measured at 817.3 megabytes per second. And it earned a read score of 504, a write score of 616, and an overall score of 1387. Not too bad. Next up was the PNY CS900 SATA 3 2.5 inch SSD, and it is the 240 gigabyte variant. I purchased this from Best Buy for $59.99 several months ago, and currently it can be had on Amazon for $39.90. In the testing, we got a sequential read speed of 341.98 megabytes per second, a sequential write speed of 383.07 megabytes per second, a read score of 303, a write score of 255, and an overall score of 733 on the AS Benchmark tool. The following drive was the Samsung 860 EVO SATA 3 2.5 inch SSD. It's the 500 gigabyte variant. A sequential read speed was 3,794.87 megabytes per second, with a sequential write speed of 893.58 megabytes per second, a read score of 16,079, a write score of 16,141, and an overall score of 40,177. I purchased this drive for $100 at Best Buy, and currently it can be had for $83 on Amazon. This is a really fast drive when you enable, there is an option within the Samsung Magician that can be turned on called Rapid Mode, and it significantly increases the performance of this drive. So I would recommend, if you buy this drive or any other Samsung drive, to turn that option on. And finally, we tested the Western Digital WD Blue SATA 3 2.5 inch SSD 500 gigabyte variant. This drive earned a sequential read score of 498.98 megabytes per second, a sequential write speed of 494.78 megabytes per second, a read score of 465, write score of 479, and an overall score of 1,197, all on the AS Benchmark utility. I purchased this drive also from Best Buy for $100 several months ago, and you can currently get it on Amazon for about $70. So looking at these scores, it's clear the winner is the Samsung EVO 860. You're going to pay a substantial amount more for this drive than any of the other drives, even the PNY, which I think is considered more of a budget drive, but the Samsung 860 EVO is Samsung's budget offering of SSDs, as their 850 Pros, I don't know if they have an 860 Pro, they may, 970 Pro, those drives are much better. They tend to last a little bit longer, have more of a lifespan on them. The Western Digital WD Blue continues to uphold Western Digital's tradition of having affordable storage drives. As can be seen here, for about $70, you're getting better performance than the PNY drive, but not quite as good performance as the NVMe drive, which is understandable considering the NVMe is a PCIe Gen 3 by 2, so X2 drive, so it should be a little bit faster, and as you can see, it's almost double the speed of the Western Digital drive. However, 500 megabytes per second sequential read and write is not bad at all. The drive will probably last you quite a while. I think it's 3 terabytes of read and write over. All in all, it's a good drive. I've been happy with the performance I've gotten out of it. I've actually been happy with the performance I've gotten out of all of these drives. However, if I were to go with one of these drives, considering the pricing and the price of performance, I would probably go with the Western Digital drive. These drives are again affordable, they're budget, but they don't perform like a budget drive. You can currently get a 1 terabyte WD Blue SSD for about $110, $120, whereas the Samsung 860 EVO, if you were to get the same 1 terabyte 860 EVO, you're going to pay around $130, $140. The PNY, same thing, you're roughly going to pay around $110, $120. So overall, the WD Blue is your best option, in my opinion, to purchase, especially if you're on a budget. Now, what you could do is do what most people do who build budget computers, is get a cheap 120 gigabyte SSD, which most of these, if you can find the 120 gigabyte versions, you're going to get them for around 20, 30, 40 bucks tops. So you can grab one of those, throw them into a system, put your OS on it as a boot drive, and then grab say a 1 terabyte Western Digital Caviar Blue or Seagate Barracuda 3.5 inch drive, 7200 RPM, and get pretty decent performance off of those as well. So what would I go with here? Me personally, I like to have as fast a drive as I can get for everything. So not just a boot drive, but for all of my programs. So what I would do is I would go with either the Samsung 860 or the Western Digital 1 terabyte or greater. Most likely I would go with the Western Digital Blue 1 to 2 terabyte drive as a boot drive and an all-around drive, and then I would also include in another hard drive, so like a 7200 RPM hard drive that would go with the probably 3 to 4 terabytes to store videos and other things on that I use every day. So you're looking probably on one of these drives you're able to store 5 or 6 games. So yeah, either way, I think that no matter which one you get, you should have a backup or a separate 3.5 inch mechanical hard disk drive, 7200 RPM. So there you have it. That's where these drives stack up. And again, my personal recommendation, go with the Western Digital because you're going to get more bang for your buck. Thank you for stopping by and spending some time with me today. And once again, we got you in here and out in 10 minutes or less. And so yeah, so if you could just leave me a comment below. Any sort of constructive criticism would greatly appreciated. Any comments you have is greatly appreciated. I look forward to hearing from you guys. And if you like what you see, click the like button for more videos, subscribe, and I will see you later. Thanks for stopping by.